they talk a lot about how great Howard County schools are, and we, bought into that.
Howard County, Maryland is known for its outstanding public schools. College entrance exam scores there are among the highest in the country, and in 1997, Forbes magazine rated the Howard County public school system 7th in the nation in its best and worst school districts for the Buck ratings.
We're graduating, yay! We're done with the school system. We don't have to worry about it anymore, but I feel for the parents that are going through it.
I find it just extremely hard to understand how in 30 years this neighborhood has never been districted to a school that's the closest, the second closest, even the third closest. I just can't see any good reason why they would send us to the 5th closest school unless they stand to gain somehow. There's some kind of benefit to the school system.
With all the pressure there is on schools nowadays to achieve a certain minimal standard, they look very seriously at the composition of their classes and whether or not they have enough high-performing students to balance out the low-performing students and to make the overall school performance come out at a place where they can get full funding and don't have sanctions against them.
It's like picking up a neighborhood here, then jumping over in a neighborhood here. By gerrymandering the districting, they can kind of artificially inflate the test scores and make it look as if the school is performing better than it is.
With the school that the Woods would like to transfer their child Alex into, it's operating at under capacity, so there are open seats available for Alex to have.
Once she got into high school and completed a year, and her brother is going there as well, they redistrict our neighborhood. But we wanted to stay there because we started there and we have a sibling that goes there. We didn't want to split our kids.
I became very concerned. At this point I had learned about the moratorium.
The fact that some students are behind in test scores does not indicate no additional medical information has been received from the Woods or that Alex will fall behind. It goes without saying that Bryant Woods Elementary School staff are amply able to meet Alexander's educational and emotional needs.
Nothing seems to be consistent. There's no absolutes in the policy.
It really illustrates how arbitrary the process is. Of course, employees of the public school system get top priority and usually have their requests granted.
It's clearly a double standard.
I mean, in my view, the no transfer policy disproportionately hurts poor and minorities. I mean, they want to say that they're doing it for the poor and minorities, but in reality, they aren't.
Padding their numbers with high-performing students that they bus in is no way to improve the students of the least performers, the low performers in the school.
The no transfer policy doesn't benefit the students, it benefits the status quo, because as long as you say, we're going to put you here and you can't move no matter what, then there's no pressure on the school system to improve the school. And these are all districted for Clemens Crossing now, so you can see bigger, newer, more expensive.
How much further away we are.
And how much further away, yeah. We keep driving even further from the school. All that has been accomplished is that they've kept the wealthy schools, wealthy areas, they've kept those schools set aside for those people, and they refuse to let anybody else in is what it comes down to. The most disturbing thing I found was basically it wasn't just the school that we were districted for. The approval rating was consistently below average for schools that had high minority, high poverty, and low test score populations. So there's a strong bias against populations who are attending schools that are low performing and have a high minority. So basically the more challenged the population, the more they might benefit from a transfer, the lower the chance that they'll get one approved.
I really don't want to see children sentenced to low performing schools.
If you live in a particular county and there's a school you want your child to attend that has space, and there aren't more people requesting that assignment than there are spaces for that assignment, then you should be entitled to take your child there. And I don't know what ordinary person would oppose that.
Is just a symptom of a larger problem with the educational system that we have, the system that educates most of our children, which is that it's run for the interests of the people who run it, not for the children that they're educating.
They didn't care. Nobody cared. That was the impression. They did not care. They did not want to hear it on a personal level. They just looked at the numbers and that was that.
They don't have to explain themselves to you because you have no real right in the end to do anything.
We're not getting a good return on our investment, let's put it that way.